All right, y'all, we back for another video. I just want to do one more quick video. Don't forget to like and subscribe like I always tell y'all. What I want to talk about in this video is single mothers dating. Now, the reason why I wanted to make this video is because if you listen to other YouTube channels, this is a big talking point. And single mothers get a lot of backlash for being a single mother and trying to date, which I'm gonna be real with y'all. I think a lot of it, these talking points, I think a lot of it is BS because I live in reality. You know, a lot of time these people that do these talking points, they don't live in reality. The reality is that, and I'm just talking about in our community, reality is that if you're over 25 years old, you know, a lot of the times that as a woman, you probably done already had a child, 2 kids, who knows? If not saying that all of our women have kids out of wedlock. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there's a lot of times where, you know, a woman will be 25 plus, you know, and have kids and not be with the children's father, whether it be divorced or they weren't married at all. And so this is the reality in our community, which that could be reality in any other community. But I want to talk about our community because this is our community. So us telling men to not date a woman who's a single mother is stupid when that's the okay, let me say this. If you a man and you don't have kids and you're under 25, I feel like, yeah, you got the option to not date a woman with kids and be like, you know what, I just want to, you know, date a woman who don't have kids. That's your right. That's your option. I feel like that'd be the better option because you don't have kids. The person who don't have kids, majority of the time can't relate to a person with kids because it's a different type of love you have for your kids. Now, I'm not talking about people who wanted to have kids and can't have kids. That's a different situation. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the ones who proclaim that they just don't want to have kids at this particular time. They only want to date people that don't have kids. That's your right. You're supposed to. It's your right. I don't see no fault in that. But at the end of the day, like what I was saying, right? Well, in my younger days, before I had my son, right? I used to work at this little department store. I probably was about 20 years old at the time or whatnot, right? And I remember somebody had dropped a bottle on the carpet. It was like kind of like in the distance, on the floor, like in towards the corner or whatever, right? It wasn't even like it was too much out in the aisles or anything like that. And I just walked past it. I was like, man, and I worked there. I just walked past it. And my coworker, he got kids. He was like, hey, nah, man, let me get this up, man. He said, I got kids, man. And it's, you know, some of these kids can walk in here and see this glass, pick it up and cut themselves. In my mind, I'm not thinking because I don't have kids. But that brother had kids. So in his mind, he's like, hey, I got a kid myself. I wouldn't want my kid to walk around here and cut themselves some glass. These are things that being a single, I ain't just being a single parent, that's just being a parent, period. It changes your mindset on things like this. Stuff that you normally wouldn't think about, you think about because you a parent and you have somebody else to care for besides yourself. So what I'm saying is that being a single mothers get a bad break. And it shouldn't necessarily be that way because whatever decision you make, whatever choice you make, all I say is I'm not making no excuses for it. I'm just saying stand in it. If you make the mistake choosing the wrong person to have kids with, you got to stand in it and accept everything that come with it. You know, you laid with the person, you know, and had the child. You got to accept everything that come with it. So, but I'm not gonna sit there and just say like we because the talking point is that single mothers is like, y'all treat people treat single mothers like if they like the scum of the earth. Like, I don't, and the reality is that she's still a human being, and she got kids, and that a single mother necessarily don't want to be a single mother. Ideally, they don't. It just end up with a guy who probably didn't want to bear the responsibility, don't know how to bear the responsibility of being a father, being a dad. You know, they just don't know. And we talk about single mothers. What about the fathers out here who co-parent with the single mothers? Will you still feel the same way if the father gets the kids equal amount of time as the mother do? Will you still feel the same way about single mothers? I don't know. I don't think this is a big talking point that single mothers get a bad break. Now, I haven't heard people say that, oh, if you're a single mother, you shouldn't be dating at all. You should only be focusing on your kids. Come on, man. This is stupid. Now, I feel like a single mother shouldn't be trying to date, looking for a stepdaddy. Now, I'm not. I don't feel like that. I feel like a man should accept your kids right along with you, but to a certain extent. Because at the end of the day, especially that's not his blood. Because if y'all break up, no matter how deep in a relationship, because he's not their kid's blood, it's easy for him to walk away. You know, that's just straight honest. It's just straight real. Now, I feel like I was saying in this community, I feel like after 30, it shouldn't even matter, right? Because by this time, reality sinks in. You're gonna have situations where, what did the mother go through a divorce with the ex-husband? You know, is the woman still bad because she went through a divorce? She got a bad break because she went through a divorce? You know, I mean, should she catch a bad break? No, I don't think so. So I just think I think the talking point is ridiculous. I feel like single mothers can't date. I feel like it's harder to date a single mother because 9 times out of 10, they're going to have their kids majority of the time. So you got to work within that time. Because, yeah, that's reality. But past 30 years old, it shouldn't matter so much. And, you know, you got brothers who, and we don't even talk about brothers who got that single fathers, you know, who got multiple kids, and we don't give them a bad break, you know. So you gonna give a woman who there for her kids a bad break because she's a single mother? Everybody make bad decisions. Everybody have made bad decisions. Everybody have made bad choices. You know, but how long you gonna keep, you know, only God can judge, man. My only thing is this, ladies, we're not supposed to ridicule you for the choices you made. We all made bad choices, but you just gotta own it. Okay, I picked wrong. I picked the dude. I decided to have a child with a dude that wasn't right. I gotta own up to that, and I ain't making no excuses. You know, I'm just saying that a woman shouldn't continue catching a bad break for the choices she made. Now, she shouldn't make excuses for it neither, but it is what it is. And like I said, in our community, it happens. It's a large percentage that it happens, that the mother will be a single mother, especially when the statistic shows that the average child or average kid is coming up in a single mother household, single parent household. 70%. It's like I believe it's like 70%. I grew up in a single mother household, so there's a large percentage. Shit, a lot of homeboys I know grew up without the father in the house, just the mother. So that's realistically, you know, that's realistic. Like, you got a large percentage of kids gonna come up in a single mother household. So we gotta dead that talking point to make it women feel ashamed because she's a single mother. Like, I know back in the day, back in my mom's days, when you was a mother, you know, a child was considered a bastard when you was a mother who had a child out of wedlock, and you was shunned upon. Like, you couldn't go to church, you know. It was really bad. we not at that point no more. Like where it's shown upon like that. But we at the point now to where it just happened. I mean it's happening more. It wasn't that much back then, but now it's happening more. And a single mother, she gonna take care of kids most of the time. She's definitely a nurturer. I feel like it's the time. It's hard dating a single mother because of the time, because she got her kids, and whatever relationship she got with the kid's father, that's a situation that you gotta look into too. How deep is that? It's a lot. It's difficult. It's difficult dating, a single mother. But I don't feel like it's like damnation because she's a single mother. I just think it's crazy. I think people blow it out of proportion. I feel like we got to change that narrative. And I feel like after a certain age, it shouldn't matter. Now, like I said, if you're a younger brother, you 21, 22, 23, and you want to date a woman your preference is a woman who don't have kids, you got that preference. You're young. Especially if you don't have kids yourself, it's okay. If you 21, 22 years old and you could go and you don't have no kids, you can go dating a woman with kids, and you ask me, hey Tyson, what you think? I'm like, hey man, I feel like you shouldn't. My personal opinion, I feel like you should try to focus on dating a woman that you possibly could be married to, or be with. Y'all can have your own child together. That's my personal opinion. Now, when you get past 30, we still gonna have the same thought process? No, because by this time you probably done already had a child already, or they done had kids. I mean, we know they got kids already, but you 30 years old, man. Like, the older we get, the more chances that you're gonna have kids. The woman's gonna have kids. So that's what I want to talk about. This my subject on that, single mothers, the truth, about it. It's just that we give single mothers a bad break, and like we should damn them to hell. Like I think it's crazy. I think it's a little bit extreme how this talking point is blew up. I feel like long as she own it, what the decision she made, then that's just what it is. I feel like dating a single mother shouldn't matter as much as when you get older. When you start getting past 30, I don't think it should be a problem whether she's a single mother or not. I mean, if she's a single mother, it shouldn't be a problem because we all getting, we all older. It's just life. It's just you have kids. Whether you with the person or not, you mean the kids can't go nowhere. The kids get old enough. They grow up, they start having their own life, whatever. Start having grandkids. You start being a grandparent. So. It just, single mothers it's just a little bit more. You gotta have a little bit more patience dating a single mother. But I wouldn't tie myself. If you're a young man, I wouldn't tie myself to a single mother in your early 20s and you don't have kids. Now you 30. If you're a brother who's 30 years old and up and ain't got no kids, it's gonna be kind of hard. There's women who don't have kids, but it'd be far in between. And that's just the reality. Reality is in our community that. By the time you're 30 years old, a woman gonna have a child. And I think that's any community. A woman gonna have kids. So all that trying to stay away from single mothers. Yeah, that's cool when you're in your early 20s. But when you 30, 35 years old, you gonna stay away from single mothers like that? Like we live in reality, y'all. This is reality. We're not talking about a YouTube platform talking when somebody telling you, oh man, you should never date single mothers. And you 40 years old and you adapting this mind, oh, I shouldn't date single mothers. Like, dude, how many 40-year-olds, how many 35-year-olds you gonna run into that don't have kids? It's a small percentage. Not saying it's not, but it's a small percentage. At 35 years old, woman's gonna have a child. More likely kids. So that's my opinion about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You want to write me, ask me anything. You want to submit some ideas I should talk about on my channel next. Write me, KingTyson713@yahoo.com. I'm King Tyson. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Like I always tell y'all, peace and blessings. I'm out.